creative professions involved in the magic of producing television. From acting and writing to sound editing and stunts. Our academy is more diverse than ever before, both in front of and behind the camera, resulting in a greater diversity of storytelling. Thank you, thank you. Our Academy's charitable foundation has helped thousands of talented students refine their skills and forge rewarding careers throughout our industry.
So many of you will probably recognize this as the 2014 Emmys. And Sofia Vergara and Bruce Rosenblum planned this distraction from a boring speech that they had to give, in which Sofia is placed upon a rotating pedestal and just poses while he gives the speech. Well, some people were not very happy about that because she was being highly objectified, which happens. We all know, especially in this class, from taking this class, that objectification of women happens every single solitary day. Women who have more attractive faces, like Miss Vergara, place a higher emphasis on their appearances, as found by Davis, and this is because attractive women are more subject to visual scrutiny than their less attractive female counterparts, and this can lead to an obsessive focus on appearances, which will also lead to self-objectification, which then in turn leads to body shame, neuroticism, anxiety, and depression, which is found by Miner and Rubino. Self-objectification, as Sophia self-objectified herself to the audience at the Emmys, actually increases negative effects to women's happiness and overall health, especially in a society that over-sexualizes women as it is, which is found by Fairchild. When being looked upon, women self-silence and become just a body, which increases their risk of depression, as found by Segai. Now, self-silencing is when a woman stops talking. She can be in a social situation with friends, is socializing, then notices a man looking at her, looking her up and down. She will silence herself. She will stop talking, and she will home in on how does my hair look? Is my makeup okay? Is my shirt bunching? How's my posture? All of that stuff. And this increases the risk of depression. And Segai's study supports the objectification theory, which states the assertion that women internalize an observer's perspective on their own bodies, as found by Hubner and Fredrickson. Now, the objectification theory, in short, is someone's looking at me, I internalize how they're seeing me. I see someone who's not attractive, who might be too sweaty, whose bangs are not parted in the right place. That's not how they're looking at me. That's how I think they're looking at me. And this happens to women everywhere because they're so objectified in today's society. Now, educated women, such as Vergara herself, are actually less likely to be offended in advertising when women are sexualized and objectified in advertising, because they can distinguish between reality and the advertising. This is found by Zimmerman and Dahlberg. So they can take a perfume company and woman in provocative position. There's no correlation between the two. Educated women are less likely to get upset about this because they know that there is no correlation. That's just how the companies are trying to sell their product. Now, this entire thing would be a highly different scenario if Vergara did not actually know what was occurring, if she was being objectified to the audience without even knowing it. If Bruce Rosenblum said, "Here, go up here," and she's like, "Okay." Maybe she had no idea. That would be different. The second way that this would be different is if Vergara did not consent to getting up on that pedestal, either beforehand or on stage. If she had not consented, this would make things very wrong, because she'd be objectified in front of an entire audience and a worldwide audience without her consent. Thanks, guys.